To my fellow Democrats, we got punched in the mouth in November. There's no two ways about it. I'm running for DNC chair because it's time to get off the mat, to dust ourselves off and to get back in this fight. A lot of people in this country right now are going to need us to walk and chew gum at the same time, meaning we're going to have to fight the extremes of Donald Trump while we make a sharp case to families in both red states and blue states about why they should trust us with their votes. The thing is this: when the Trump agenda fails Americans, which it most certainly will and already has, we have to be there with a legitimate alternative to this chaos. You know,
see, that's really what it's going to come down to, is what is their legitimate alternative. And this is one of the reasons why, like, I didn't want Martin O'Malley. He was too old. But the big problem I have had with the Democratic Party is there's a couple things, but the primary one is how he says providing a different alternative. But for a long time, especially post-Obama, when there was some backlash because of the racism and shit, it feels like the Democrats don't really want to provide a distinct alternative. They kind of act like they do, but they don't actually come out with an opposition. They're not an opposition party. They try to be like Republican light in hopes of like not scaring away some middle American voters. And that's really the problem. Is I feel like the middle American voters, even some of the white ones, if you offer them something that's beneficial, maybe you're going to win some of them. But if you try to be a Republican light, they will just vote for the Republicans. Like, why wouldn't they? Because they know the Republicans are going to take care of only the white people. My primary thing centers around two things. Three, maybe, if you want to get funky. But number one, I want us to return to being the party of civil rights. And like line in the sand, we're not going to turn our backs while Republicans just bury transgender people, you know, or bury people of color, or roll back gay rights, or take away women's bodily autonomy. Like, we have to become fucking warriors on that shit. Like, unflinching. Like, we will go down in flames fighting for this shit. Like, meaning it. You have to mean it. And we have to take that to the fucking people. Like, the candidates got to get out there amongst their constituents and win them over with this message of civil rights and how important it is. That really needs to be primary. The other thing has to be around healthcare. I know we have the Affordable Care Act, but it's not enough. We need a nationalized healthcare system. And we need it badly. So that alone will make the workplace market much more competitive. Corporations are going to have to work much fucking harder to keep workers if people have health care. All right, they're not going to be able to entrap them. And then I feel like the third one, we have to do something about wages and education as far as accessibility goes. People need accessibility. Like, you should be able to get a high wage job even if you didn't go to college. Ken Martin is from Minnesota, where obviously Tim Walz, Minnesota has done right by taking a lot of Democratic programs to red-pilled people. So what did he campaign on? Let's see what his framework was. Build to win, build to expand, build to last. So he said, build to win by expanding vision and infrastructure, funding parties in all 57 states and territories, meaningfully investing in youth empowerment and mobilization. I think that's important. That could mean maybe we start funding in social media, ensuring there's democratic infrastructure in every zip code, organizing year-round. See, I want to see some year-round campaigning. I want to see democratic rallies. I want to see democratic response press conferences. Donald Trump does a press conference where he tells 72 lies, and the minute he walks off stage, we cut to the Democratic press conference where we fact check and call him out on those lies. There's no reason we can't be doing that kind of shit. Build to expand, going on the offense everywhere, contesting every race, embracing our responsibility to support Democrats at every level. Built to last, by planning, organizing, implementing a 10-year strategy to align infrastructure partnerships and people we need to win. We must listen to voters, be willing to dig deep and recenter the Democratic agenda to reestablish who we are in the eyes of American voters. And I think we need to form a workable coalition okay? We do. We need a workable coalition. We can't just have a third of our party always feeling like they're not listened to. Now, in particular, young people lately have really felt unlistened to, a lot of them. And many of them still voted for Kamala Harris, but they were not excited about her. A lot of young people voted for Kamala Harris, but reluctantly. A lot of young people have been voting for Democrats as the lesser of two evils, but not because they're really hyped about the party.
I know which side I'm on. I know which side you're on. Let me tell you, folks, look, Black History Month. Black History Month started today. So are we on the side of this grotesque brand of politics that bans us from observing this month, stops us from celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and expressly aims to turn back the clock to a pre-civil rights era? Or are we on the side of a fiercely and compassionately defending the rights of freedoms and dreams of the American people? I'll tell you which side I'm on. I know which side you're on. Look, I'm just going to end with this because I got 40 seconds left. You've heard a lot. If you vote for me as DNC chair, you're going to be getting a father, a husband, and the first son of a single mom who had me when she was 15 years old, who was raising 4 kids by the time she was 20. We were in and out of shelters. We knew what poverty felt like, and we saw what she sacrificed to make sure we could have a warm dinner most nights. Because my mom gave a damn about me, and because my community gave a damn about my family, it meant we had a chance. I ended up being the first kid in my family to go to college and get a degree.
I will say I like the fact that he's working class. In general, I think across the board, the Democratic Party needs much more as far as the working class candidates go. When you're saying, can this guy get his hands dirty? I have an addendum to that, because I don't know that Ken Martin needs to get his hands dirty. But what Ken Martin needs to do, if he's going to be successful, he's got to be willing to back candidates who will get their fucking hands dirty, right? That's what we really need. But I think we need some vetting. I mean, with Kyrsten Sinema, and then you look at what happened with John Fetterman, we have had an awful lot of Democratic fucking candidates that spew progressive shit. And then the minute they get elected, they turn tail. And it's because somewhere along the line, we're not vetting these motherfuckers. Okay? People are allowed to go out and spin a progressive yarn until they get elected. And then they start going against the Democratic agenda. And there's no price to be paid. I think we should have some type of system where if you turn on your principles that you get elected for, that we them up. You know what I'm saying? There need to be some consequences for people that lie during that process.
I'm involved in politics because I believe that government should give a damn too. For me and for all of us, the Democratic was our party. I trust that it still is. With that, I hope to have earned your vote, just as we once again rightly earn the votes of millions of families who are counting on us. Thank you so much. Let's go! Let's win! Let's fight!
So this is interesting, though. The progressives all endorsed Ken Martin. Let's see who Pelosi endorsed for DNC. Oh, she endorsed Wickler. No way, dude. Wow. That's really crazy. So Wickler was backed by Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. But see, this is interesting. Here's somebody that's portraying him as far left. This is what I like to see. He's championed LGBTQ curriculum. This is what I like. I mean, dude, I kind of like that they're portraying it, because I think we need to take that fight. We need to take that civil rights fight, guys. We really do. I'm down.
Billionaires out there that have been with Democrats who share our values, and we will take their money, but we're not taking money from those bad billionaires.
Now that's a complicated thing right there. The good billionaires, bad billionaires. Dude, I mean, we heard people talking about this. I think it was Jon Stewart. Are there good billionaires? Dude, I don't really I don't really know that there are good billionaires. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that there are good billionaires. But then you get stuck in this gap of, well, when you have the wealthiest billionaires on the planet funding the Republicans, how do we beat them without help of billionaires? See, this is the problem. If Elon Musk is going to spend $500 million and Miriam Adelson is going to spend $200 million, how do we beat that without, like, you got to be living in reality here. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really hard about that. I want to see some fucking working class people representing the Democratic Party, like real working class candidates that are in there. Like, we're not going to get progressive values from Ivy League candidates, guys. Okay? I hate to break it to you, but if you have a bunch of Columbia, Harvard, Yale graduates finely manicured in suits, I don't care how much they talk about believing in progressive values. They just don't need them enough. We need working class people. We need bartenders and garbage truck drivers, right? And waitresses and waiters and construction workers going in there and winning these seats in Congress. It's what we need, man. We need working class people using social media to build their profiles and winning elections. You can win elections with social media, guys. I'm telling you, it's a new world. Let's work this shit. Let's take the message to people where they consume it. It looks like Ken Martin may be the most progressive runner. Did David Hogg win a vice chair? Oh, he did. He got elected as a vice chair. Holy shit, bro. Let's fucking go, dude. I like David Hogg. Dude, I like this shit, bro. I do, actually. I'm into it, bro. Now we're talking. We got a young kid who was personally part of a school shooting. Skin in the game, man. That's what I want to see, man. I want to see people who have skin in the game. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm intrigued by Ken Martin. Okay? I am, dude. I'm intrigued by this guy. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.